Hello paddlers, welcome back to my channel. Well, I actually have been planning on making this video for a while because I get asked a lot, which is the best kayak trolley to buy? And I've gone through a few. I actually had two others which I got rid of. Well, one went in the bin and one I give away. But I thought I'd talk you through different types of kayak trolleys, what they're good for. You decide what you're going to use it for, and then you can decide which is best for you. I'll also put some prices up, but because prices vary, I'll put like average prices. For instance, between £5 and £20. You get the gist. But yeah, so I thought I'd just go through them one at a time. I'll bring you down so we can talk about them better. But the back one, by the way, I haven't inflated the wheels, so you'll just have to imagine they've got about, I don't know, about 12-inch wheels, which are huge on that. But we'll go through them, what are the pros and cons and stuff, which one I prefer, and then you can decide which one's best for you, basically, because you don't want to end up like I have with a load of bloody trolleys. You know what I mean? But yeah, so let's get on with it. This was well, a good idea, but a bad idea. It's quite tricky. And I mean, setting the camera up. Okay, right. I'm going to start with this one because I actually love this little trolley. It's only got, I'd say about, what, six-inch wheels, right? So it's not lifting your boat up high. It's got, whoa, these arms that your boat sits on are padded, so they're not going to scratch your boat. This does not come with this, it comes with a strap. I've set this up as just some Velcro, right? Just like a quick release system, so you won't get that, you'd get a proper strap. Right, now this type of little trolley, it has solid wheels, so you're never going to get a puncture out like that. What I do like about it is it breaks up really small, right, and it will pack away into any trolley. You can actually fit this in a backpack. Just have to come up a bit so you're not talking to the top of my head, and believe me, you don't want to see that. No, this will pack into a backpack. I'm not going to start taking things to pieces, or this video will go on forever. But it all breaks up real easily, right? Like the wheels come off. This part comes off to make it even smaller. The arms come off to make it even smaller. You get the idea. It all breaks up nice and small. What is it good for? It's great on grass, right? Not long grass. You've seen how small the wheels are. Great on concrete, as you can imagine, right? Fantastic for going up hills, fantastic for going down hills. Right, so all in all, it's a bloody good kayak trolley. Right, all these trolleys hold around about 250 to 300 pound. All right, so you're going to be fine with your boat. You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about that. This does have a downside, as you can imagine. Right, for sand, forget it. All right, just forget this for sand. If you're taking your kayak onto the beach, this is a no-no, right? Don't even think about it. The wheels will dig straight in, bury, you're stuck, full stop. Wet, muddy grass, you don't want to be with this. All right, but if you're a summer paddler and you just paddle rivers and stuff, so you're just going to be on grass or roads or whatever, this is great. And because it breaks right down into a small form factor, it doesn't take up much room inside your kayak. Right, so all in all, this is pretty good, right? It's a bit loose there because I ain't got everything all tightened up and everything. Right, I just put these together quickly, right? That's why I haven't blown the tyres up on that back one. But no, it's a bloody good trolley, right? And for the price, right? I've used this a lot for my kayak, but like I said, it's got its limitations. I'm not going through it again, I've already talked about it. Right, let's move on to the next one now. Let's do a jump shot. Okay, I'm back. Right, this type of trolley you'd have probably seen everywhere. These are like the standard trolley. You put kayak trolley in a search engine, you'll find thousands of these. This really is your standard type one. Please shop around. Right, you see these on places, for instance Amazon, but they are literally all over eBay and all over the way, from like 60, 70 pound or whatever, but you can find them for about 20 quid. The same trolley if you shop around. But yeah, once again, right, the wheels come off. This time the wheels aren't solid, they have air, right? So you need to carry a spare pump with you really, just in case, like a bicycle pump, just in case. But these have been blown up for about, I don't know, 6 months and they ain't gone down. What are they like on terrain? Going up and down hills, they're great. They're great, right? I took this particular trolley when I did my first run at North Landing at Flamborough, where I nearly had a heart attack if it weren't for Mark coming to help me. But the trolley itself actually worked pretty damn good. Right? For sand, right? If the sand is hard, yes. But if the sand's a bit stuck, a bit soft, I had a lot of trouble. I got stuck a lot. I managed it, right? But it took a lot of strain to pull this trolley across the sand because the wheels are quite narrow, right? You're only looking at just over a thumb, so about 2.5 to 3 inches. Should have got a tape measure. But the will sink in soft sand and make it very hard for you to push your trolley. Up and down hills, brilliant. On grass, brilliant. Thicker grass even, brilliant. All right, but once again, you have to remember you could get a puncture or the air pressure could go down. I say it could because I doubt it very much. But it does have a downside to it because, like I said, once again, I'm not going to take all this to pieces, right? But because of the way, imagine both wheels are off, because of the way it folds up, right? In a sit-on-top kayak, no problem, right? But getting this inside a standard kayak hatch, not really going to happen. You're going to have to strap this one, right, onto your kayak. So what most people would do, and I have done it, right, which really is a big no-no, right, strap this to the back of your kayak. You could strap it to the front if you want, right, but you're not really gonna, because that's where your gear is, your spare paddle and whatever gear, and yeah, but you could strap it to the front of your kayak. But most people would end up strapping this to the back of the kayak. Now, really, you don't want anything strapped on the back of your kayak, right? Because if you do flip and you have to do a re-entry, right, most of the time you're going to be swinging your legs over the back, and if this is in the road, you're going to start having problems. So if you've got a sit-on-top kayak, this would be great, and just chuck it in, can't you, anyway, right? Or if you want to strap the frame to the front, that's fine again. But that is a limitation. It won't fit in a standard size kayak hatch. But once again though, this is a bloody good trolley. I've used it a lot myself, but it's got its limitations. So once again, it's a case of it's your choice. Going uphill, downhill, fine. Short grass to longish grass, fine. Wet grass, fine. Unlike the other one, you can't have mud. With this, you can get a bit muddy grass and it'll go across because it's air going in. But like I said, if you're using your kayak to go kayaking in the sea, this isn't ideal because it sinks into the sand. And if you happen to have, like you might have seen in my videos where occasionally I've had a long walk to get to the water, this would be useless, right? The sand would just sink it in and it'd suck it all down. But it has got its functions for times and places. But it is a good trolley. So if you haven't got a lot of money and it's like your first time, either that first one or this one. Okay, right, let's move on to the next one, and we're jumping up in price. So you'd expect more, wouldn't you? Okay then, the beast. I ain't got this all lined up right, by the way. Like I said, I just whacked these together quick just to make the video. This is the beast. Right, just imagine these inflated and everything. And the length of this, it's about the length of my arm. And it really, really holds your kayak strong. Right, for going uphill, no problem. In fact, it makes it easy to pull your kayak uphill because the wheels are so big. Downhill, just as easy. On the sand, no problem. Big rocks, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Right, this is a fantastic all-round trolley, which is amazing, apart from one huge problem. It will not fit inside a sit-in kayak. It's impossible. You will not get this in your hatch. Now, I've actually made a video about this. I'll leave a link in the description, right, or put a card up, whichever, maybe both. Because where I bought this from, false advertising, they have a photograph. If I find it, I'll put it up again. They have a photograph with this trolley inside a kayak hatch, and it's a fake photo. But I didn't realise, and it's still on their bloody website. That's the name of the company, but it's still on their bloody website. And I complained about it. Something else as well, they do not put up reviews unless they are 5-star reviews. I left my review, which was not a nice review, right? Not a nice review because of the rip-off that it won't fit in the boat, and they're saying it will. And they haven't posted it. I sent them an email. Why haven't you posted my review? Nothing. Dead silence. I'm not surprised. But if you've got a sit-on-top car, so don't buy from them. You get these all over the place. Don't buy from that Vector thingy place, right? Do not buy from them, right? They're a scam company, right? From what happened to me, and they've still got the scam photo up, so don't buy from them. Buy, if you want this trolley, get it from somewhere else, all right? Because they are all over the place, all right? Right, like I said, it's a fantastic all-rounder, but you will, if you've got a sit-on-top boat, this will be great for you, because you can just take these bars off there, and then you can just chuck it in your boat, basically. But if you've got, shall we say, well, no standard about it, if you've got a sit-in kayak, this is useless for you. Unless you end up doing, I ended up buying bike chains. What I had to do was get my boat down to the water, get it off the trolley, take the trolley to bits, carry it, go back up to the launch spot, and I had to fasten the trolley to a bench with a bike chain, right? 2 actually. There's another one there, 2 bike chains. And while I was out in the water, I was just praying it'd still be there when I get back. If not, I'd be screwed. So if you got a sit-on-top boat, yeah, this would be great for you. If you got a sit-in kayak, I won't even bother with it, right? Unless you go on an area where you can back up to it with your car, basically, and roll your boat a bit, and then just chuck this in the back of your car again. But this is not really designed for sit-on-tops, sit-ins, right? Like I said, sit-on-top kayaks, yeah, or whatever type of boat like that. But it's durable, it's strong, big rocks. I mean, I'd love this to be able to disconnect, so I would be using this all the time if I could get it in my boat. And the wheels are so big when they're inflated, they won't fit in your boat. You have to, if you drag it all the way down to the water, you have to let the air out of the tyres before you can get it in your boat. That's the only way you'll get the wheels in your boat, if you let the air out. Yeah, and these parts just will not fit. It's fake advertising, fake photos, but at the same time, you see, if I'd have known all that, I wouldn't have bought it. But if I'd have sit on top kayak, this would be with me every time I went out. It's great for uphill, downhill, everything. Right, sand, no problem. Wet, spodgy sand, no problem. But there's that huge problem, right? It will not break down to fit inside a sitting kayak. So there's other options that will. Moving on, perfect link. Moving on. Okay then, paddlers. I suppose we'd have to call this the crown jewels, because it's the most expensive one. The Sea Tug. Now, there are quite a few replicas of this, copies. Whether they're any good, I don't know. All I can tell you is about this, the actual original Sea Tug. I personally was tempted to save nearly £50 and get one of the ones that look identical to this, but it's not. It's a rip-off. Well, it's not a rip-off, it's just a copy, right? But I didn't. I went for the original, and to be honest, I'm glad I did. Right? This is a fantastic all-rounder. There is a problem with it, don't get me wrong, there is a problem, but let's just deal with this. Where your boat sits here, these, depending on what shape your hull is, that'll go flat to whatever shape your hull is, you get me? So that's fine. And these disconnect, so that's not a problem, but we'll come back to that in a minute. But yeah, this isn't fantastic. The kickstand is a bit of a pain actually. It never sort of like, you get your boat on and that'll just flip under or flip off. There is a nut you could tighten it up with, but to be honest, I just get it there. Once my boat's on, it's fine. But the kickstand itself isn't that great. But apart from that, this is pretty damn good. The wheels, they're clipping and they're locked in tight. There's two versions of this you can buy. You can get one with solid wheels, right? And you can get this type with what they're calling like a sand beachy type wheel. Whereas the rubber, if you see, it squashes in. I'll come a bit closer. Oops. That squashes down. This will still hold and carry up to £300, right? But you can see the wheel itself, so as the weight's on, it squashes in, which helps it run over sand and rocks and stuff pretty damn good. It's not fantastic with big rocks, but it does work. On my paddle where I did the test with a skeg rod, right at the beginning of that, I show a little clip of me pulling my boat over some rocks, and they're big bloody rocks. Right, well, this is the trolley I was using, right? So you can see it was difficult, but I got it done. For going across sand, wet sand, hard sand, whatever sand, wet grass, hard grass, whatever, this is brilliant. These particular wheels are brilliant, right? The trolley itself fits inside my kayak hatch, so everything fits in the boat. All I do is when I get there, I basically take these off. I may as well show you this. take that wheel off. There's two parts here, right? But I don't even bother disconnecting them, right? They do, if I, which way am I going? Is it that way? Yeah. They do come apart to make it even smaller, right? But that's the first time I've disconnected it. That's what I had to think then, right? Because it actually fits. I'll leave that for now. It actually fits in my kayak in one piece. I just slide it in the hatch, pop the wheels in, pop these little bits in, and I'm off. You get me? So it does everything I want it to do. However, there's something I've noticed which ain't a big deal, but it's a bit of a deal for me because I'm getting on a bit. Because these are softer wheels, when I'm pulling my boat down a hill, brilliant, feels like butter, it's great. Now when you're going uphill, because you've got gravity pushing your boat down as well, because the hills, right? And because of these are going to push inwards a little bit, going uphill really does feel like a bit of a struggle. Once again, I don't know if you noticed in my video at the end, me Skegrud test at the end, I actually got a harness for dragging my boat up that hill. And it is a bit of a struggle because the wheels are soft. Unlike the big bugger here with the inflatable wheels, dragging that uphill is easy. So that is a bit of a downside. However, I have to say, right, the first one I showed you, that small little black one, because it all breaks up, right, that stays in the car as a backup emergency, because it is bloody good. Just for an emergency. I know it's got solid tyres, so it's not going to get punctured, and it's great for an emergency trolley, right? But out of all of them, this is the one I choose now. Also, I will just add this real quick. You can actually buy spare wheels so if anything ever happened, you can buy spare wheels, and you can also buy the solid wheels for them, which in my case I'd use these going down across the rocks, across the sand, vice versa coming back, and the only time I'd put solid wheels on is to go up the hill and it'd be easy. So it's not really an idea for me, but you can buy them and they'll fit that frame. But no, this is my go-to trolley now. It's great for everything. Now don't get me wrong, that little one that I showed you at the, well, they're all good trolleys for their own reasons, but some have got downsides, and well, they've all got a downside. They've all got pros and cons, there you go. But now, whenever I go out now, it's this one. It's the Sea Tug. And I'm glad I waited, because I looked at this when it first came out, right? And then when I bought it, I've ended up saving about £100. It's about £100 cheaper than when it first came out. So I'm glad I waited. I'm glad I went through a few different ones first. But is there any I wish I hadn't bought? This one. I wish I hadn't bought that, and I would never have bought it if it wasn't for that fake advertisement photograph showing this trolley fitted inside a kayak hatch. If that photo wasn't there, and if there was honest and said will not fit inside a sitting top kayak, a sit-in kayak, I wouldn't have bought it. Alright, I've contacted them, I tried for getting a refund and stuff, but no, they just ignore me. So that I got screwed. Sorry kids. I got buggered up with, but sounds just as bad. I got conned. But like I said, this particular trolley, I'll have to mention it again because it's not the trolley's fault, it's the people that sold it, so don't buy from them. If you want that trolley, get it from a different place. But no, the Sea Tug if you're going on sand and over some gravelly rocks and stuff like that, or soft squodgy mud, I'd definitely go for this trolley with this particular type of wheel. All right, because like I said, you do get the harder wheels. This type of wheel is like their new model. I think they only brought this type of wheel out this year, to 2024. But I could be wrong, let me know in the description. But yeah, so I'd pick this one, right, over all the others. But at the same time, they've all got the little pros and cons. And I told you, I have not put this, I have to think now. Bloody hell. Right, okay, this will be fun. Right, let's get this right. That goes that way. That goes that way. Does it? No. There. That slides in there. I told you I took the thing apart. I'll tell you what, I'm going to end the video here now, right? I'm going to end the video. I'm not going to tell you anything else about the trolleys or out like that, all right? And simply say thanks for watching and cheers. Now, if you want to stick about for a minute or two and watch me put this back together, you're quite welcome. But if not, I'll say, hope you enjoyed the video, hope this helped somebody, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Right, come on, Georgie boy. There's people in YouTube world screaming at me right now. You've got that the wrong way around. Oh, you idiot, and that's it, innit? It's as simple as that. I just had it upside down. As simple as that, you dipstick, George. Done. I just had that top piece the wrong way. All I had to do was turn it around and that's it done. Oh, I hope nobody watched the rest of this. Yeah. So, there you go then. What a plonker. I can't believe that. But if you're still here, like I say, I never take it apart because it fits in my boat, no problem. All I do is take the wheels off and that's it. That's all I do, is just take the wheels off. I do like this grippy material, this grippy rubber, and it really does grip your boat well. Oh, I will mention, in case anyone's still watching, 2 little slots here. You can actually fasten your straps onto them, and some people do. But I noticed there's 2 slots actually on the frame, and some people have fastened it to the frame. So I did it the frame way, because then I thought this way, let's say the boat's set there, this way the strap is actually pushing against this rather than pulling on it. So I think it's got more support, but that's just me. Right, so just in case anybody stuck around for that bit, I'll say thanks for watching to you too, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers. Had it bloody wrong way around. You plonker, George. What a dipstick. What a plonker, Rodney.